Hi, thanks very much for clicking on the video link. My name is Natalie Armstrong-Motin with Marketing Resolution, but this is another in the series of idle chat videos for the American Bar Association's section for dispute resolution. Today, I get to talk to a colleague in Sacramento, Janie, winning no better name for the resolution industry than yours. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Well, I'm so glad you could join me for an idle chat. I know that you know the basic premise of the game, I suppose we'll call it. So I'll give the cards a shuffle and find out what it is that you and I are going to be talking about. While I'm doing this, I'll ask you a quick open-ended question. How did you get into the field of resolution?
That is a good question. So my construction, I've been in construction for 30 years. I was in construction as a site scheduler on the job on mega projects. That occupation actually, you're always in front of a difficult conversation. And I wasn't always good at it. And because you're always relaying information that people do not want to hear. So eventually I went and started Googling like how to handle these conversations, and then Pepperdine kept coming up and saying, hey, in the Google search, and saying, hey, we have a degree for this, and a master's degree. So I went and got my master's in dispute resolution, and now I focus more intentionally on how to have those conversations, and I help a lot of people have those conversations also. So that's how I got into it, because my job actually required it.
Very nice. Good for you. I like that story. That's a good origin story. All right. All right. The first card reads, if you had to write a book tomorrow, on what topic would you write?
Choosing the kind side of ourselves.
Lovely topic.
Why we do and why we don't.
Right. I would read that book.
Mm.
Let's see, Janie, what is the best compliment you've ever received?
This is funny. A good compliment to receive is that when you prepared a brief or something and you go to the meeting, someone's actually read it. So that tells me that maybe they read a previous brief and they enjoyed it, or they got a lot out of it. Enjoy is kind of a weird word. They got a lot out of it, and when it came to the next meeting, they decided to come prepared and they read it first. So
that does count. All right, next card. Is there anything great about our practice, or about your practice, I suppose? Let me start that one over. Is there anything really great about your practice that you didn't expect to experience?
I love this question because it just comes back to my passion and why I'm doing it and why I keep perpetuating this career. And there's nothing more satisfying to me than and I'm in construction, right? It's just to go into a room full of men that are not in agreement and sometimes not holding that in well, and leave the room with a plan. They might not like each other, but they're all amiable. And that's, to me, it's very satisfying.
Yeah, big value in that.
Mm-hmm.
Janie, what is a piece of advice that you would give to someone who's just starting out in ADR?
Well, this is advice that I give to, and most of the time I'm talking to young women, is don't let your life happen, make your life happen.
Super piece of advice. Super piece of advice. All right. Janie, next card. Cats or dogs?
Both.
Sure.
We have 2 cats, Clyde and lavender. We just brought in, it's a quote rescue. Someone had to move and they couldn't take the cat, and right now I'm finding a place. His name's Maury. And then we have Remington and Theodore as dogs.
So really, truly, both cats and dogs.
We truly do.
Good for you. Janie, do you play any instruments?
I did once upon a time. I took piano for 11 years and I played, but I don't do that anymore. I used to find it relaxing, but that's not what I find relaxing anymore.
11 years. That's substantial.
Yes.
That's substantial. What is the best flavor of ice cream?
What, can I have two answers?
Sure.
One is if you have a good vanilla that doesn't need a topping, then that is to me the best. But my most favorite always that you can't go wrong is like a fudge chocolate or something.
You know, it's classic.
I'm not real difficult there. Quite simple. I don't have to have some fancy flavor like lavender honey. But
No idea what lavender honey would taste like, but I do know what chocolate fudge would taste like. Yeah, I could be on that team all day. Ooh.
Sometimes this is a fun fact. Sometimes I love chocolate so much that when I go to a place like, Ghirardelli is huge here, San Francisco. When I go, I just ask for a chocolate shot. A shot of hot chocolate, hot fudge. I pay $2.
It's just an espresso cup with hot fudge.
Yes, I pay $2 while my counterparts pay like 16 for their sundae, and it's just delicious. I'm in heaven.
It sounds really good, and possibly like you need a little bit of therapy. I'm going to go ahead and be judgmental. That's hardcore, Janie.
Yeah, I love it.
Wow, I've never even heard of such a thing, but I think I might really enjoy it. I might be on that line right behind you.
I do it in fancy restaurants too, and then it comes in a nice little stainless steel cup, and I drink it.
Which makes the whole purchase absolutely better.
Yes, yes.
Fair enough. Janie, the next card, a little divisive. Should toilet paper be rolled to the inside or to the outside?
Depends on how much toilet paper you want to use in a week. If it's on the outside, you will use less. And if you pull from the bottom and it just rolls, you're going to use more. Just stretch
You are the first person to give me a sound economic response to that question. I'm really, truly impressed with you.
I actually grew up with it coming under, and then as I went out on my own and didn't want to be going to Costco or Sam's back then every day, I switched.
Excellent lesson. That. All right. Next card. Can you do the Vulcan hand greeting?
Well, I do, but I learned to do that with Mork and Mindy.
Nanu, nanu.
Yes.
Not that I ever saw that. I'm far too young to have seen that series, except in the reruns.
Wink, wink.
Right? Wink, wink. Where is the best place to take a walk?
I love the mountains, and there's nothing better than a creek or a brook and a path. And then you hear that sound while you're going through the mountains. And then the chipmunks all kind of warn the big animals that you're coming. That's kind of cool.
That is substantially cool. Good choice. What do you like most about yourself?
That's a good question. I don't usually think in terms of liking myself. I like to help people. I like to be there for them. I'm a true friend. If you are actually one of my friends, I don't have many friends because I take it really seriously. And I approach it with intention. I like that. It's rewarding.
I like that about you too.
Hmm.
Good quality, very good quality. Next card. If you have to delete all but 3 apps from your phone, what would they be?
The 3 apps I'm going to keep. Maps. It doesn't have to be Google or Apple, both is fine. So and texting, and probably I would choose one game. I have to have a no think activity from time to time, because sometimes in a very high stimulated job, and then sometimes that helps just, I mean, I know you're supposed to breathe and all that, which I do also, but I use apps for that sometimes.
That's good use of an app. What games do you play?
I don't know what the name of it is. I like Number Match.
I'm a big fan of Wordle.
I used to do Wordle. I'm not sure why I quit. So there's something about it that, I mean, I would guess the words and everything, but I don't know. For some reason it didn't click, that satisfying thing in my brain that all the psychologist knows what it does, but it didn't click that for me.
Just didn't hit all the dopamine receptors.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. That's fair enough. Janie, I'll ask you the last question that I ask all of my guests on the Idle Chat, and that is, what do you love most about the resolution industry and the work that we do?
What do I love most is the people I get to work with, the people that are actually in the industry. They're most often, they're not really in it for the money, but they're all mostly, because a lot of times, like, I'm a non-lawyer, but a lot of lawyers change over from litigation to dispute resolution, and that's intention. And I love being around them because we're all trying to make the world a better place by helping people have conversations that are difficult to have. And we're all doing that, and we're doing it, and we show each other best practices on how to do it in certain situations, if it's a high conflict situation or if it's a high stakes money situation. We learn from each other, but we're all approaching the world for this same goals and vision, same direction.
Yeah, it really is a lovely community of professionals, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It really is. Well, Janie, thank you so much for joining me for an Idle Chat. It was really nice to get to know you a bit.
Thank you, Natalie. I appreciate it. I appreciate you taking the time.